Hello everyone, my name is Sky, and today I wanted to talk about something. I really am wondering if I should make this a series. Um, so, I wanted to talk about, because recently I saw a thing about Cinderella. And it was about an adaptation of Cinderella, and that was not a good adaptation. But like some of the things and some of the themes people were talking about kind of made me start to think, you know? And I was like, it'd be great. Starting conversation with my community. Hi, guys. So, Cinderella. Everyone knows the story of Cinderella. Well, I don't know if everybody knows it, but essentially Cinderella, she's a poor girl. She lived with her dad, and then her mom died, and her dad remarried, and then she got two stepsisters who kind of suck, and then she got a stepmother who also sucks. And then her dad died, and she was all alone. And the step siblings didn't treat her well, not at all, and neither did the stepmother. But she still tries to make the most of it, and she goes on to. There's a letter that arrives to invite her to the ball that the prince is holding to find a bride, and she still positive, makes herself a dress and gets ready to go, but her step siblings and her stepmother don't allow it, and they rip up her dress, and she starts crying, and her fairy godmother appears and is like, I can make you all these things, but the magic disappears by midnight. And Cinderella's like, okay, got it, cool. Goes off and, goes to the ball and dances with the prince. Doesn't know he's the prince. Just thinks he's some regular dude. But it starts to get midnight. She's like, oh, sorry, I gotta go. And she starts running. She loses her shoe. Everything, transfers back except for the shoe and the prince. It's apparently, people keep getting this part, like, a little messed up. It's not the prince who suggests, getting all the ladies and, seeing who it is based on the shoe. It's actually his dad. It's the king that does it, because he wants his son to marry. So, just an interesting little tidbit I found out. But yeah, they find Cinderella, and she marries the prince and lives happily ever after. Okay? Pretty simple, pretty cute. It's a fairy tale, I've read, not the original, because nobody knows the original Cinderella, but I've read a version of Cinderella where instead of it being a fairy godmother, it was a koi fish. The koi fish didn't just appear. Cinderella had this koi fish since she was young. She was raising it, and I don't remember if it's that the stepmother or that she was so sad the koi fish said, hey, do this. But the fishy died, unfortunately. Poor fishy died. And its final wish was to be buried. And it told Cinderella to make a wish over its grave, and she did. And bada boom, bada bing, she goes to the ball, she marries the prince, right? And the thing is, so many people were talking about how Cinderella's story is how even in bad situations, if you are kind, your dreams will come true. And I don't agree with that. I think as a theme, okay, the theme of hopefulness is not bad. But to say it's because Cinderella is kind that all her dreams come true is questionable, I think. I'm not saying Cinderella isn't kind. She's very kind. Very kind. But I think the idea of putting that on a pedestal, very weird. If you're kind, everything will come true. And I wanted to talk a bit about my past. A little bit about this. My past is kind of like Cinderella. I always related to the story. I've always understood it. Evil stepmother, two step bros. In my case, I liked my stepbrothers. But that didn't mean they didn't do stuff that did hurt. Um, but I didn't get a prince, first of all. Second of all, I didn't get where I am by being kind. I think I am a kind person. I've had plenty of people tell me I'm kind. But I think there's also a difference between being kind and knowing yourself. You know? I'm kind because I feel confident enough in myself and I feel, comfortable in my own skin to be kind. You know? I feel like self-love and self-confidence are more important than being kind. Because if you are kind, you are more likely to get taken advantage of. You are more likely to fall down and be used. I think in Cinderella's case, the only reason her being kind did not lead to her getting the prince. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't like that. I do agree with the idea of Cinderella's story is supposed to be hopeful. That I agree with. But I don't like the thing of, if you're kind, your dreams will come true. No. No. And coming from someone, like I said, I relate to Cinderella. I came from an abusive family, right? And how I got out is actually when I stopped being kind. Ironically enough. Because what happened, I stopped caring. The world didn't matter anymore. What happened didn't matter anymore. And because of that, I didn't, I was being bullied and I stopped caring about the bullies taking my stuff, things like that. And that's what caused, them to realize, oh, hey, where's this thing? Oh, the bullies took it. You're being bullied? Yeah. yeah, I am. And it led them to make the decision to send me to live with my grandmother, who I now call Mom. And, yeah. That didn't happen because I was kind, by any means. I was really mean during that time. Super mean. I tripped my friend. Like, I was not nice during that time. So, I don't agree with the whole statement of, if you're kind, your dreams will come true. Because if I had stayed kind, and I had stayed caring and trying to be the perfect child that they wanted, I don't think I'd be alive right now. And you can take that however you want. Just, that is what I'm going to say. I'm laughing to cope, okay? But I wanted to start that discussion of, do you think it's because Cinderella was kind that she got her happy ending? Or something else? And the reason why I brought up the koi fish version of Cinderella is because I like that one a lot more. Because with the fish, it somehow feels more hopeful than the fairy godmother. Because the fairy godmother, if you think about her for a few seconds, you realize, why didn't she show up any other time Cinderella was, hurt? Why didn't she show up any other times, like, to protect Cinderella? Why now? And not even to get her out of there, but to send her to the ball. I also, I think Cinderella's a good simplified version of something like that. But I think in reality, Cinderella would have to go through a lot, one of the most common things with the trauma is, PTSD, depression, anxiety. So, I kind of want a story like that. I want a story not of Cinderella marrying the prince. I want a story of Cinderella getting herself out. Cinderella realizing, hey, maybe they aren't what I think they are. Maybe they're not my family, Maybe I'm just convenient to them. And getting out, instead of her making a dress to go to the ball, she sells the step sisters all their there's a scene in the Disney version where she rips off the pearls of the other one. Well, Cinderella collected those and sold them. You know, got money from the things that her stepsisters threw away. And the day of the ball, she sends them off and she packs up the few things she has and she leaves. My idea is probably be maybe a TV show or a book rather than a movie. Because I'd want it to go on longer and go to her going to a new town, her finding new work, and, slowly learning how to make friends. And, starting a new life, getting better. Maybe she sees her stepsisters at one point and she panics, and somebody who has been supporting her new life is just like, no, they can't hurt you now. And Cinderella takes that, and she goes through. She still has times where it's hard, but she feels better about the future. And honestly, you could put in like the prince meets her in this more healthy, confident state, and is like, damn girl, I like you. I'm in my version, I don't want romance just because that's me. I kind of want a more Cinderella story that's more grounded and not leaping into romance, but you can 100% have someone healing from trauma and getting into a good, healthy relationship after. I don't like the whole you're traumatized, well, being in love solves everything. No. No. And obviously we don't know what happens at the end of the Disney Cinderella, which is the one I've mostly been talking about, if you couldn't tell. And so, we have no idea. They could have 100% helped each other, but I feel like it's better to go through that journey on your own. Like, having support systems, yes, but having a romantic partner, no. Because I think you need to learn to love yourself before you can love someone else. As stupid and as cheesy as that is my opinion. And yeah, Cinderella, she grows. In my version, I want her to have like a guy, a dude, older dude, sort of adopt her. Maybe his wife and him never had kids, and Cinderella came along. They're like, yeah, she's like her daughter to us. And they help her. I would like that. I would like that Cinderella a lot. Give me that Cinderella. But yeah, that's just my ideas. That's just my thoughts on Cinderella as a whole, and also how people take some of the themes in it. I hope you found this informative. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you come talk to me. I want to know your thoughts. What's your opinion on these? And goodbye.